This is a very special day for me, because after years of creating freshwater tanks, I will follow one of my dreams and build my first ever reef tank. I cannot express how excited I feel about it. I wanted to do it for so long. So, if you ever wondered how this process looks like from the beginner point of view, how to start? Is it really that difficult? What are the key differences between salt and freshwater tanks? I will show you every step of my journey to reef keeping and explain everything I did and why. And trust me, even though I was very new to all of this and I was struggling sometimes, I loved every second of it. And the results? Oh, they are beyond my best expectations. It's everything I ever wanted. And yes, what you can see right now are my recordings from my first ever reef tank. Let's do it. As always, to not waste your time, I will make this video detailed but very direct, without unnecessary filler talk. Let's start from the tank itself. For this build, I decided to go for 40 cm all-in-one cube. It's a 57-liter system with big filtration compartment at the back. And this is good, because in reef tanks we need a lot of filtration media, both mechanical and biological. And I have to say, it really looks like a good quality product, and I like how it's made. First compartment of filtration panel holds something called filter sock. Filter socks are designed to catch bigger debris or waste floating in your tank. So in essence, this is our mechanical filtration. We will not touch this part at the moment. Next compartment is much bigger, and this is where we will put all our biological media. This tank came with few extra add-ons like these filtration cubes and bio balls. And I like them. They are very porous and they will be great for beneficial bacteria colonization. This is how they look inside. Luckily, we have much more space, so we can use more media. So now I can add this. It's called Life Biofill and it's additional biological filtration media. But this one is quite unique, because it comes with bacteria already on it. So it should speed up the cycling process of our tank. And this is great because reef tanks are maturing much slower than freshwater tanks. I place it in this media bag to keep it in one place in case I want to replace or move it. At this point, I want to mention that all products from Aquaforest are sponsored. And I want to say a massive thank you to Aquaforest for their great support. This is the first time in the history of this channel that I'm using sponsored materials. But this is for a good reason. I'm very selective about what I'm showing on this channel, because your trust means everything to me. So I rejected all sponsoring offers of the equipment and products that I don't believe in. But anyway, in the last compartment I placed my heater and water pump that will run this entire system. Okay, it looks nice and clean. And this is how it looks on the cabinet. Let's not waste your time showing you how I built it, and let's focus on what's really important. Light. Just like in case of freshwater tanks, light is very important, but it's very different. It's much more blue and has a unique light spectrum dedicated for coral growth. Unfortunately, this kind of light is really difficult to record, and it changes the colors of everything that is inside the tank. At the beginning, I had many problems with recording good footage for you, but I will come back to that later. Now let's focus on the exciting part, building a hardscape. As a building material, I will use those synthetic rocks. They are just amazing. I have never seen anything like that and never worked with it, but I just love how they look. Check out those details, just fantastic. And they are also very porous, which helps with beneficial bacteria colonization. I have arches, plates, caves, anything I want. They are quite big, but luckily I can break them into smaller pieces, which is good because our tank is not exactly huge. Okay, let's get to work. Before I start working on it, check it out. I created this area outside of my tank because I have to design my hardscape very carefully and I don't want to break or scratch my new tank. Those lines right there represent the exact size of my tank, so I know where are my limits. Now I can try all combinations I want without worrying that I will destroy anything. And it turned out to be a very good decision because I think I tried every possible combination of those rocks and I couldn't find anything that worked for me. You see, I have a very specific plan for my corals in my head, and I have to consider their placement in advance. I have to think about the water flow, light intensity, and potential aggression between them. Because yes, if you're not aware, corals can be aggressive and fight each other. This is why proper design of your hardscape is so important. But I will not pretend that I'm an expert. Luckily, I realized that this big piece that I think was supposed to be a base can also act as a background for my build. If I place it like that, I can create dedicated shelves for my corals and secure it with a bigger plate at the bottom. I do need to find the proper combination, but I really like the idea. I can also create a cave to make it more interesting and stronger at the same time. And with smaller pieces glued to the sides, I can create few places for corals and keep them separated from each other. Yes, I think this will really work. And by the way, this place to work outside of the tank was such a good idea. I just cannot imagine doing this inside the tank. To secure the entire structure, I used this glue dedicated for this purpose. It kind of looks like a cement and will bond my hardscape very quickly. I'm not exactly worried about it being visible, because in time it will disappear hidden by algae and corals. But you can always cover it with small pieces of your rock. Let me just quickly zoom in and show you. Exactly like that. After a while, the main structure is super stable and holds together very well. Now it's time to work on the details. As I mentioned before, I want to create more places suitable for corals. This is why I will glue some small fragments to the main structure. Something like this. I'm trying with few places and few pieces, looking for the right spot. It might look a bit weird right now, but I have to think about the end result. To attach those pieces, I will use different type of glue and very stylish pink gloves that I took from my wife. After mixing it, it looks like a modeling clay, and it's much easier to use when working on small pieces. As always, you can hide contact points with hardscape leftovers, but in time they should not be visible. And after a while, here we are. Everything sticks together very well, entire structure is very rigid, and I have a lot of great spots for my corals. And look here, I was able to hide those contact points behind small pieces of rock. It's all very consistent now. I have to say, I was a bit nervous about that part, but I really like how it looks right now. Those two pieces are here on purpose. They will be islands that I will also use for my corals in the future. Exactly like those shelves on the main part. It feels good to work on this. It's such a great and new experience for me. But okay, let's move it into the tank and see how it looks there. Okay, moment of truth. Please don't break. Please don't break. Please don't break. Yeah, I know it will not break. It fits there perfectly. And I have enough space to clean the glass, which was also my goal. Let's quickly move the islands to complete the look. Oh yes, this is just great. And there is one more thing. You see, this tank is right next to my working desk, and I wanted it to also look good from the side. You see? I should have a great view on it when I'm pretending to work. Okay, let's connect the light back again. Oh yes, it looks just awesome. Listen, I know it's probably silly to be so excited about a bunch of rocks, but this is my first ever reef tank, and I'm loving it so much. Look at those rocks. And from the top, now you can clearly see how many great places I have for my corals. This is going to be so epic. Comment below if you spot any mistakes, have any advice, or just want to express your opinion about this hardscape. It's always great to hear from you. And as this is a very important video for me, please leave a like if you liked it. Next thing to do was to add sand. This part is a bit more complicated than usual. Just like in case of my biofiltration media, I will use sand that has beneficial bacteria already on it, which is fantastic, but requires some preparation. First of all, I rinsed it in RO water. This step is optional, but based on the color of this water, you can see that this is a really good idea. Once my sand was more or less clean, I placed it back in the bag. Now I have to prepare a jug of salt water, and finally I can add those two bottles. One is full of beneficial bacteria, and second is the food for this bacteria. I mixed everything together and finally poured the content of this jug onto my sand. Now I had to leave it for 24 hours. After that time, our sand was ready to be used, and already, let's say, it was a bit pre-cycled with bacteria. How great is that? As a final touch, I placed my islands on top of it. With this sand, it all looks even better. Very nice, clean, and works with those rocks very well. I think we are finally ready to fill this tank with water. Speaking of water, to prepare salt water, we need to run it through RODI filter, like this one. It's because we need to have a water that is completely pure. And that means TDS of 0. Look how big is the difference between my tap water and the same water after it was run through RO filter. I had to create around 50 liters and then mix it with reef salt. We will aim for salinity of 1.025, and that means I need to use almost 2 kilograms of salt. Honestly, that was shocking to me. I thought that I will have to use like 2-3 spoons or something. Look how much I had to add. But okay, I'm not the expert here. To mix it properly, I placed this power head in this huge water container and just let it mix for some time. Shortly after that, my water was ready, but I still wanted to test it. To check salinity levels, I used this refractometer. It's quite fast and easy to use. You just need to drop 2 drops of water in here and then look through it into the light. Oh, I didn't expect I will be able to record it, but there we are. This is what you should see when you look through it. This blue line indicates salinity level. Right there, you can see it's 1.025, and that is perfect. Out of curiosity, I tested RO water and the result was 0, which indicates that it works correctly and was properly calibrated. See the difference? This is exactly what we want. But anyway, I knew my water was ready, so I started to pour it into my new reef tank. And this was the result. The entire tank went very milky, but I was kind of expecting it, so I wasn't worried. Now it's time to switch on the filtration and start cycling this beautiful tank. With all add-ons of bacteria at every step, it should get a decent start. But I will just have to wait and see. After a few hours, the water was clean and tank looked fantastic. I know it's quite empty, but this is only the first step of this fantastic journey. I like it already, and with corals and fish, it will just be magnificent. In the next episode, I will talk all about cycling, improvements, and most important, adding life. I will not let you waiting for long, and it should be out in just few days. So, subscribe if you don't want to miss that one. If you like that episode, please leave a like, it really helps me out. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.